What's going on here? Hi, everyone. Jojoempathic here. I was trying to get my sweater situated, and I'm like, am I like leaned over one way today? My shoulders are like lopsided. Give everyone a minute to hop on. I don't have headphones in, so hopefully everyone can hear me okay. If you tune in, please drop a comment. Say hello in the chat. If you can hear me, see me okay. I think we should be good with the microphone. It's just my laptop. The speakers are a little bit off, but I believe the microphone works. If not, I have my headphones right here. So today I decided to offer free psychic mediumship readings. So if you have a question for Spirit, feel free to drop your question and your first name in the live chat. I do have my tarot cards here too. So if you want a tarot reading, let me know. Free readings today. Just need your first name and your question for Spirit. So I'm offering, you can ask a question for your spirit guides, your angels, your loved ones on the other side, pet readings, aura readings, medical intuitive, general questions, soulmate questions. Let me know in the live chat. I'm going to start my timer. So today's going to be about an hour-long show. Let me know what questions you have. If not, I'm going to probably just dive into my book a bit and share a passage from the Cycles of Awakening that's kind of standing out to me right now. So if there's no questions, I'm going to start to read from my book. I have a revised copy of my book. It's my chakra guide combined with Spiritual Awakening with Ancient Intelligence. So I combined both of these books, well, this guide and this book, and added a little bit more information. So go download the copy. It's only $13.99. I have the link in the live chat. It's really, really good. I've heard some pretty good compliments from it. I also want to talk about symbology today. On the 1st, I will be putting out a video on predictions for 2026. So probably since Friday and every day since then, I've just been asking Spirit to show me pieces and pieces of information, timelines, symbology, predictions. What do I need to share? So last night I had a really powerful dream that I'm super, super excited to break down for this video. It will air on the 1st. About the collective. It's going to be really good. I'm also editing right now currently, and this is probably going to drop either today or tomorrow, probably tonight. I have a Future of STEM prediction video that I created last year. So let me get the exact date. 2025. Let's see. So I've created a highlight video of my predictions, and I'm condensing it. And then I'm also going to do a really short clip of like the top predictions. Some of the things that were coming through were just mind-blowing to me. I think one of the, let's see the actual date on this. November 27th, 24. So yeah, it was like a year ago. One of the things that was so fascinating to me from that video is that I was drawn to talking about the Yucatan Peninsula and the Panama Canal. I wasn't sure why. And then in the video, it's timestamped and everything. I read an article from the Yucatan Times, and I'm reading about BlackRock. And what's crazy is, like, if you're in America right now, you know that we are involved in several different wars, clearly. But what I found out more recently is that what's happening with the United States involvement in Venezuela is actually kind of a guise to bring us into war with China. And so, interestingly enough, although Venezuela is more of the Caribbean, I was really in proximity to the Caribbean. That's where Spirit was bringing the target. And so there are certain ports owned by Chinese subsidiaries that BlackRock wants control of. And so there's actually a lot going on behind the scenes in Venezuela, or that area, that's really tied to China. So I think that was probably one of the most fascinating predictions that I was led to, just like the Caribbean area, and like to dive deep in the hidden parts of what's actually happening, because I just last night connected the dots and found out some information. So I'm going to put it all in a highlight clip for you guys to see that crazy accurate prediction, which was insane. I think what's happening is insane, and we all should be praying actively into the field to end wars. So I do hope someone joins us today for some readings. So today's Tuesday, my 3 p.m. show. I've been really consistent all month, and I'm so happy because it's fun. Like, I had finally a good turnout on Christmas Day in America, and I really hope moving forward that we have more turnout on these shows. I mean, free readings, Ask Spirit a Question, that's an awesome opportunity. So I'm also kind of testing the times that I'll be on here offering this, so that I can capture as many, viewers as possible with international time zones. So it seems like 7 p.m. Central was a good time internationally for us all to join. We'll see about 3 p.m. It's 3 p.m. Central here in Texas. So if you are going to ask a question too, maybe say hello or let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching this after the fact, let me know too in the comments. So just super excited to share my dream, because it's just like, it's really cool. Like, the collective energy for 2026, I'm excited for. Like, as crazy as the world seems right now, I'm really excited because I was feeling this energy, but then to see the dream symbolically, it was just crazy. I'm not going to give it away. You have to tune in on the 1st to see the predictions video, but I do feel called to like dive into some like symbology today. So if we don't have questions, I'm going to go over a tarot pull for whoever tunes in later. We're going to dive into symbology, and then we're going to read a little bit from my book. So at any time, if you want a free reading, please feel free to stop me and say hello in the chat and ask your question. I just need your first name. And, if there's a person of interest, their first name too. You don't have to tell me background information. I'm going to start with a bit of a collective read for whoever tunes in either now or later. Ask your question at any time in the live chat. So Spirit speaks in symbology. And a lot of times we miss the symbology, or we don't really understand the symbology. So get you a symbol book. I share this with everyone that I train, that this was a book that was on two relatives' bookshelves growing up, two paternal, but very matriarchal energies showed me this book. And then when I trained, my teacher recommended it too, so I recommend it to everyone. It does give you really accurate symbology, and it's important to understand your dreams, because your dreams are going to be guiding you. They're going to be speaking to you. So let's say there's a situation that you don't know how to answer or find your way through. You can, before you go to sleep, get into a lucid dreaming technique where you're asking your higher mind, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, hey, I've got this, dilemma. What is the solution? I have this option. I have this option. What would be best for me? What's for my highest alignment? And when you go to sleep, if you focus on that question, you can actually work with your higher self and your guides, and your subconscious mind in your dream will actually give you the answer. It'll guide you. But a lot of times we don't understand our dreams. And we forget that everything is really symbolic in the dream state. Why? Because that's how spirit speaks. So get you one of these. And I also recommend getting other symbology books from across different cultures and religions, and that'll help you to really resonate with the symbols you're receiving. So if you have a question, feel free to drop it in the live chat. I'm going to go ahead and just do a collective message. And then we're going to dive into the symbology on the cards. So when you have a symbol, let's say you're asking spirit, should I go apply for that job, or should I go and do this job, or should I stay here? And you might hear a symbol or see a symbol through your mind's eye. Someone might text you a meme and you get a symbol through their meme and you're like, there's something deeper here. Or you turn on something on Netflix and you see like a rabbit, and then you go and see another rabbit in your backyard, and then somebody sends you a rabbit meme. Get my drift? Like the rabbit is speaking to you the answer that you're seeking. So that's how the universe is always manipulating energy to guide us. And so it's symbolic. When you have the symbol of, let's say, the rabbit, you can ask the rabbit if it's a literal interpretation or is it symbolic? And what does it mean? How does this apply to my situation? So I'm asking spirit now, what are the collective messages for whoever's tuning in now or later? This is a timeless read. We're going to do 3 cards pulled and then a face card. So I like this. It's the World card. Now, this is an old deck that I have here. This is one of my first decks I received that I ever bought when I first started studying tarot. If you are joining, you can ask a question in the live chat. And if you want a tarot card reading, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll just do it psychically or mediumistically. Just need your first name. And I'm doing medical intuitive, evidential mediumship. Everything's in the description box. So first card, this is the face card. So the World. There's a lot of symbology on the card, including the numerology. So we have 21. We have an eagle, a lion. We've got the symbol of a circle. There's a naked woman and she's holding 2 almost like batons here. But what's interesting about the wands is that it runs energy from above and below, and she's naked. So what I like about this is she's really representing a sense of freedom. She's free. She doesn't care about judgment. She's an alchemist. She's able to take the energy from above and make it be birthed into the physical manifestation. When we see the World card, this is a huge shift. It's a change of direction. It's cyclical, completion of karma, and starting of something new. I also feel in my throat, this might be someone that's tuning in live too. Let me know if this might apply to you, but like, this is a closed throat chakra. My throat is closed. I've been silenced. I'm like put on mute. So spirit is speaking to someone here, now or later, about the freedom of your speech to have a completion or end the karmic cycle of where you were once silenced or muted. When you said things that were more for pleasing people than actually walking in your own truth. And I also feel like there's someone here that has had a lot of conflict with somebody in a position of authority. And I feel like I'm butting heads now, and enough is enough. It's like I want to close that door and start this new chapter where I have this freedom. So focusing in on what will it take for you to have that sacred space where you can find your truth in speech and go in that direction. So it does feel like more like with work. I'm going to take a time out and I'll get back to this reading in a second, but we have someone here. So let me see if this is a question. I'm going to write this down. So we have the world, because I'll probably continue. World. The next card we have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the Ace of Pentacles. I like this because it's a turnaround and work for someone that's tuning in. So I'll go ahead and dive into that a little bit later, but I'll go ahead now and start with the free questions. So thank you so much. So we have Melissa. Hi from Melissa in New Zealand. Happy New Year. I lost my dear friend Travis on the 19th of July. Has he or any loved one that passed got a message for me? Okay. Hi, Melissa. Okay, so we're going to start with the first question. So I have a Melissa here. I lost a dear friend, Travis, on the 19th of July. Has he or any loved one that passed have a message for me? Melissa. Okay, so I do have a gentleman coming forward, and please let me know in the live chat how this resonates with you. When this gentleman steps forward, I'm getting the energy of someone that this might be mechanical. I'm not sure if he worked literally on either cars or did something where, because I feel like I'm getting the symbol for like grease, but it's not like grease in a kitchen. It's like greasing things together for automotive, like in a car or something. You know, when you put grease to make sure that things aren't like there's not friction of some sort. So I do feel that he was either for his work, he was good with his hands, worked in some sort of automotive. And I also am getting with him, there's something about his age that I feel is either cut short or kind of surprising around his death. He is also mentioning siblings here, so I do feel like there were others that were left behind. And okay, so she said he died suddenly in a car accident. Okay, he was a lifeguard. Sorry to hear that. Okay. And so about the siblings here, I do feel like there was something that was not finished with the people that, like siblings here, close loved ones. And so I'm going in here. What is the healing message for Melissa? I'm kind of getting like this shrieking noise. I know that there's a lot of grief. But I'm okay on the other side. I also feel like Travis comes near you. I was getting like wiping my tears. So I feel like he's seeing you through the heartache, seeing you literally maybe talk to him when you're crying. He's also talking about something that I would say is physical. Like I'm getting this vegetation. It feels like this garden energy of starting something new. but it's also reminding me a lot of like you actually physically gardening. So symbolically, it's time for us to heal the heartache, plant new seeds, and begin to move forward with prosperity. And also, he's helping you with your work and money in some way. But also, I'm curious to know if you actually you plant or you're a gardener of some sort, because there is referencing this feels physical. Like I need to be gardening. I need to be planting a vegetable garden. I need to be focusing more on my plant based health, and trying to recoup from sudden loss. And words speak like, what am I trying to say? It's like words speak, one word can speak like 1,000 words. It's like, um, is it you that's really soft spoken? Because he's talking about, like, I feel like this is about the way that you speak. She says, he died suddenly in an accident. We met face to face first time hours later. He died. What was the conversation that you guys had before? We have also Sophie Cat Cated 24.8. Hello, Hiru. Hello. Melissa, I hope that was making some sort of sense to you. If it is, let me know, please. Okay, so Renata, we're going to do Renata next. So Melissa says, I'm struggling with passing. I love outside work. Okay. He told me the first time we spoke that he liked my voice. Oh. Well, it's your feminine energy. It's like soft spoken. You were saying soft spoken. So I'm going to wrap your message up and we're going to go on to the next question, but let's put this all together. So, with the grease here, this could have been more of the literal car I was picking up. Him hearing your heartache, him knowing that you're going through this grief process, but it is time to move forward and it is okay to let go. And it is important that you're rebuilding and focused on building something else, growing something. And you might hear that inspiration more clearly or know or feel more grounded when you are literally, you say outside work, I'm saying, gardening. It's time to move forward and process the grief. Process your grief. Thank you so much. So we have, hello, Haru. Hello. We're going to get to Haru in just a second here. So let's go back here to Sophie. Thank you guys for joining. Okay, so let's go here. And thank you so much, Melissa. Melissa says, thank you so much. It means so much. I'm trying not to be sad every day. Thank you. Oh. Speak out loud. Speak out loud to your loved one. And he can hear you. And he's whispering things to you and hears you when you're sad. So speak out loud and process what's going on. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, so next question. So we have Vernetta. Vernetta, do you see the state releasing the funds to me next week? So I'm getting the number 13. I feel like this is a date. So I would believe we're probably going a little bit closer into maybe mid-January, if that makes sense. Please come back after and let me know how accurate that is. So I'd say maybe within 1 to 2 weeks. I don't know if we it's like the 13th seems pretty clear to me. I do see the state. I feel like there's going to be a release of funds. Thank you. Just come back and after comment on the video when you receive it. And if you have any prayer requests, you guys can put that in here too. So we have Haru. Okay, so Bernetta says, it does. I was thinking the 11th. Okay, so you and I are really close to proximity. But it sounds right, and I will. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Okay. Just subscribe to your channel. Thanks so much. I'm doing in 2026, this was going to be paid show, but I'm like, you guys, I'm going to do this for you guys for free. So Tuesdays, 3 p.m. Central, Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. And you guys can also call into my radio show every 4th Wednesday of the month at 12 p.m. Central on News for Soul Radio. And I also do free readings there. This month, well, January, my birthday. I'm Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo. But I'm doing a collab show on my birthday. I'm so excited. So the woman I'm collaborating with, I went on her show in December. She's really good. Her name is Joanne Carvalho from Gateway of the Soul. Oh my gosh. She's like seriously like real deal, powerful healer. So we're doing free energy reads, especially if you have medical intuitive. Okay, well, her and I piggyback off of each other. She also works with animals. So let's go on to the next question here. So let's go into Haru. Hello, Haru. So Haru says, how does Jazz feel about me right now? Uncertain. Now, there's maternal energy coming in for you, Haru. And I want to make sure I'm getting your name right. Let me know in the live chat too. Feels like maternal energy coming in. There does seem to be as if, so we have Nebrasha. And if I butcher names, I'm so sorry. Help me out in the box. Nebrasha, pretty name. It feels as if there was some sort of like, we have, excuse me, but why are you skipping? So I'm just going to fill you guys in. I'm like trying to go in a higher dimension and then read in the 3rd dimension. So I get blurry. I'm staring at the screen sometimes and I'm like trying very hard to read. So if I missed you, I'm so sorry. Oh, you were at the top here. I'm so sorry. We'll do yours next, Sylvia. I'm so sorry. Help me out in here, guys. Help me out. I want to go back to Nebraska. So there was some sort of warning I feel that came through that you're almost like missing, like some sort of door. I feel like I'm seeing like a door close. And then I'm being like, I'm projecting something. So it feels like, I want to say, is this maternal grandmother coming in? That may have been close when you were a small child. Very strong soul tribe connection. And she almost is like wanting you to look in this other direction for some reason. And there's some sort of door closed. Please let me know how this resonates. It's like you kind of know the answer in some way. And it's like I'm not ignoring it, but it's almost like there's a projection that I'm feeling. So something is unresolved. I need more clarity. I need more understanding. And And it feels like Jazz is uncertain too. So I'm just not being met halfway. And it doesn't feel like there's like closure. It doesn't feel like I'm actually progressing forward. It feels stagnant. I feel like I'm going to draw some cards too for you on this one. Jazz. I think it might be time to move forward. I wouldn't wait around. Let me know if that resonates. I'm going to draw one card for you. I wouldn't wait. And this is the 8 of Wands. So there's a lot mentally going on. But you know the answer. It's like, you know, and we need to make a swift decision. Just wanted to know how he feels. Okay. He's uncertain. Jazz. The door is closing. Does that make sense? And then I got the angry, mixed emotion card. Lightning. Is it time to kind of close the door and move forward? Let us know in the live chat. I'm curious. And thank you so much for being here and for asking the question. It's time to move forward. I also want to know about grandma, maternal side, if that resonates with you. So we have to go back to Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia. Okay, Nebraska said yes, that does resonate. Yes, okay, good. And we'll go back all the way to the top that I missed this one. Hi, my name is Sylvia. What is coming in for me in love? Sylvia. Okay, well, there seems to be. So Nebraska says, my grandma came in my dream one time and she was feeding me biscuits. Oh. She guides you, I think, of matters of now with I'm Sylvia, I'm not, skipping you. I need to finish this here. To wrap this up, because it's interesting you're here because I was talking about symbols earlier. I don't know what time you tuned in, but I recommend this book. This was in my family line and my teacher recommended, I recommend it to my students. This is a really good book. It's called The Dreamer's Dictionary by Lady Stern Robinson and Tom Corbett. So if we look up biscuits, and I knew I'd be doing symbols today. I'm so happy you're here. Biscuits. Let's look up the symbol of biscuits. So to me, it's carbs. It's comfort. If we crave sugar, and I also want to be clear, I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe or diagnose. If we're craving sugar from a spiritual perspective, a lot of times it's more of like paternal wounds, like the carbs, paternal wounds. If we're craving creams, it's usually maternal. So it's almost like she's bringing you this kind of, it feels like a comfort, a masculine comfort. So she could be working with your relationships. Let me look up biscuits and I'll move forward. So yeah, guys, when I'm trying to I need an assistant if you're local to the area and looking for maybe readings or spiritual development and you want to help me with certain shows, that would help so I don't miss stuff and I don't have to squint and go in between the dimensions. Biscuit. What am I doing here? Biscuit. But it's a carb, so it's like comfort. Bear with me. Here we go. Okay, so biscuits, see bread, eating, and bake. Okay. Yeah, this is an older book, but it is really accurate. I love this book. Bread. And she's feeding you wisdom now. Okay, so if the bread in your dream was dark, stale, and or hard, you can expect a sudden outcry of annoying family worries. However, if it was fresh and tasty, your future is secure, which is also the case if you dreamed of baking the bread yourself. the lights are like they're switching on and off. So again, it's a dream of comfort. Where are we at? It's a dream of security. When we think of the sugar and the carbs, the masculine container, think of root chakra structure. So she's trying to come through and give you the guidance of I'm here for you and I've got you and that you are safe. So I do hope that was helpful, Nabrasha. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going back up to Sylvia. Finally. So Sylvia. And her question is, what is coming in for me for love? Sylvia. Now, Sylvia has paternal energy guiding her. I want to say a father figure. Maybe uncle. So I thought I heard niece. Sylvia. What's coming in for Sylvia love over the next 8 months, 8 to 12 months? Well, switch in faith for sure. So I see you like, it's like a bring me to my knees moment coming through. And sometimes that's what it takes. It's like a complete breakdown in order to break through. So I pulled for you Queen of Cups, which I love. Nabrasha says, okay, thank you. You're welcome. So Sylvia, this is your leading card, Queen of Cups. So it's when I saw you on your knees, this really resonates because this is about emotional stability. The Cups energy, whew, you have a very strong energy. I think emotionally you're holding a lot in your heart, but the Queen of Cups is balanced emotionally. She's almost like the queen of the water, of the ocean, which is emotional energy. You have a block also on your left wrist, right over here. Please let me know how this resonates with you. It might be either pressure, tension, tingling around this whole forearm. So this is your receiving inside. This is your feminine side. How am I going to receive love in if I'm blocked right here? This side is your paternal, your masculine. This is where we give out. So there's a block to you receiving love in, is what Spirit is saying. And it comes from emotions. So over the next 8 months, take time to really understand, to feel safe with where you're at, with who you are. Balancing emotions is what's going to bring you through into, it feels like new love, because this is the next card, which is the 5 of Wands. This is other people involved. This is quarreling, fighting. I'm letting this go so that I can have 2 of Cups, love. Now it's upside down. You can't have it quite yet. You know, we want it right side up, but right now it's your emotions. Like I'm throwing the card, literally the cups just pouring out. We're emotionally ungrounded. And that's what's blocking love. It's blocking you from receiving. Oh my God, I love this too, because here's the High Priestess. So both this card, the Queen of Cups, and the 2 of Cups, all of this is about emotional balancing. Do you see the 2 pillars here? So when we have black and white, this is a free will zone for you. We usually want to hold out with love for destiny. So right now I would say is we've got choices to make. And your inner harmony is what will bring you the fruit, the fruit. So the pomegranate is representing the fertility. Oh, as soon as I was talking about that, we removed a bit of a block here. I don't know if you felt a shift. Let me know, Sylvia, if you're still here. And sometimes when I'm reading, I'm also sending healing too. So if you're getting a reading with me, just receive it. And it's a complete renewal of your faith. I think I said that in the beginning too. There's a shift in your faith. There's a shift in your spirituality. It could be your magic. It could be your manifestation. It could be you're tired of this. You're tired of this. So your last card, it's defense. It's a lot of defense. Like so the 7 of Wands, he's like, enough. We don't want life too hard in us or put walls over our heart. That's when it's like, that's when darkness wins, because we go through hard times on earth. We need to master and alchemize our dark energy instead of letting it keep us closed off to the possibilities in the future, if that makes sense. So the cards are in your hands, is the more you can let go of kind of like the fighting, letting go of the past. And you're worried, I think, about it feels like either masculine energy in general or feeling like a bit incomplete. And it's really going to come from you tapping into your ability to alchemize and receive. We need to be able to receive. Focus on that in 8 months, and we'll see a major shift. So Sylvia, please let us know how that makes sense to you. Okay. So Sylvia says, it's been a long, hard ride, dealing with an avoidant for too long, and I'm just exhausted. Well, if someone is avoiding, we don't chase. If you are dealing with, let's say this other person's dealing with like chronic avoidant issues or attachment style, that's going to take this person to have effort in direction of change. Sometimes people don't even have awareness that that they're avoiding and dismissing love. So they can't receive it. That's interesting, because then I say something about you receiving, which is cleared, by the way. It's just totally cleared. I feel that. So that's this person's journey, not yours. All you can do is focus on making sure that you're present, that you can receive love, and don't chase, don't wait. I would cut cords so you can move forward. It's a reflection of inner wounds of you. Hope that makes sense, Sylvia. Thank you so much. I'm going to go to the top to make sure I don't miss anyone again. So Melissa says, I do. I sing to them. XX, thank you. Have a wonderful New Zealand. Thank you. And then Sophie Kate says, yes, I appreciate it. Oh, wow. Both of my eldest boys are Aquarius. So it's Aquarius season almost. Sylvia says, thank you. Okay. So now we have, let's see here, light in the world, 5690. Hi there. Just subscribed and liked. Thanks. May I please get a reading? Yes, you can. I use something called automatic writing, where it's like I call your guides in, your angels, your loved ones, and then I'm reading the atmosphere, regardless if I'm here and you're there. When we go into the higher dimensions, there's no time space between us. That's why you should be able to, all of us, I'm not special, connect with people from soul level. That's why if you have someone on the other side of the planet, you can feel what they're going through. We are all connected. So, light in the world. So we have Jamila. My question is, what would you say is my energy like? Thank you. So Jamila says, I posted my question. And then we have Sylvia says, thank you. I ended it with him, separated from bed and table, but still living together, looking for a place now. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Jamila. Let's do a bit of an aura read. We have a beautiful white light. Go into your tailbone. So your root chakra. I would say we need to balance the root a little bit more in terms of how you believe in yourself. Like, I'm strong, I'm capable, I'm able. And I think sometimes we forget that. And so your root chakra is in the backside. It's like almost like I'm a little bit stuck in the past. If I were just to believe in myself a bit more, I'd be able to move forward. And I'm like, my throat is closing a bit. You have very strong communication skills that we need to be using more, like to express your truth from the higher realm. So I don't know if you're doing to do some sort of channeling work. It's like I'm bringing forth energy. I'm also going into the heart chakra now. And there's some grief here that I feel is a bit unresolved. I don't know if you're into breath work, but it does feel like I need to kind of push some energy that's being stored out through breath. So you might naturally like, it kind of reminds me of someone that might resonate more with like different smokes or smudging. This could be plant medicine, and spirit's like, it might be time for us to use air in a different way. Jamila. I'm also getting cat energy near you. I feel like this might be like a deceased pet. Got a lot of magic, girl. They're saying don't misdirect it. I got for you, she says, I never had a pet. Are you thinking about getting a cat? So I have for you the 4 of Cups. It's it's like we have it all in front of me, but it's not good enough. And it's also the hand of spirit, like reaching out and trying to give you something. And I think what I was picking up, like with the backside of the root and the heart, there's where the block is. So it's like it's trying to come through, but we won't let it. And then she says, I never had a pet. No. Okay. So then I get the next card, the Devil in reverse. So I'm also curious about like that. This is usually like an addiction or something that's a pattern that's like root chakra imbalance. Like it's keeping me into the 3rd dimension. I'll be curious to know if we're trying to break free from the patterns of like what we put to our mouth. That's going to lead to Page of Pentacles, which I love for you, and Page of Cups. So more money and more emotional balance, more wisdom with the fish there. Fish is a symbol of spirituality. I'm cloaked. So it's almost like Spirit's saying to you, resolve the wounds of the past tied to the root, which can be also family, ancestral. Healing the wounds of the heart. Again, I'm picking up smoke in some way. Could be either like maybe smoking addiction, or it's just time to like let something go that I'm putting to my mouth or breathing in. It's like it needs to stop, and get into more gratitude and realize that like Spirit's really trying to help with what you're going through, and give you the answers, try to help you emotionally move forward. But it does feel like something along the lines of your magic or work or channeling work. I'm curious to know how that might resonate with you if you do some sort of like channeling. Their Spirit's trying to guide you, really trying to guide you. Sometimes we got to get ourselves out of the way. We can serve more deeply. So thank you so much, Jamila. Okay, hello. Let's see who else is here. So I'm gonna try not to squint here and make sure I get everybody in here. So we have Lori. Lori, okay. So we have Lori here. Hi, Lori. I'm Lori. Is love coming in this year for me? Well, August is like really ringing a bell. August is like, whew, a lot opening up for you, Lori. I'm going to go back down here to the previous question. So she said, Jamila said, no, I never had a pet. No. And I don't do channeling or anything. I wish I could do it. Thank you. You're welcome. Well, maybe work with me because you have an art. You have a healing art that was trying to come through. We've got to tap into our power. I think that you have like an ability to really serve deeply. And so like when cats show up too, I mean, cats are like guardians of the spiritual realm. I know my hair's looking crazy, guys. I just got back from a walk not long ago. But yeah, when the cat shows up, I mean, it's time to tap in. They're guardians of the spiritual realm. Let's go back to Lori now. Lori has a grandfather coming through. And when I say paternal energy, Lori, sometimes when I channel, I get a little burpy too. So I do apologize. So that's a little bit. I burp when I channel. I'm like trying to read and I can't. Lori, you don't hide yourself. This is a card. It's a woman that's naked and she feels self-conscious, awkward, and exposed. And spirits really say, like, get yourself out there and love you and own you and don't stay hidden. If there is this part of you that's feeling not either good enough or like you're worried about how you present yourself to the world, it's like spirit's saying, like, let that go and just own and love who you are because you have so much to give. And it's like, if only I would just take that step out there, I would be seen. So we need to turn your light bulb on above your head that says I'm available for love. Because although it's like your heart's really wanting it, you're putting off an energy that you're not available and you're trying to stay hidden. So we just need to get you more into a place of visibility. I'm going to draw some cards for you. These are my mixed emotion cards that I like to draw because if we can move through emotions, we really have significant breakthroughs. So I got grief, heartbroken, curious, comforted, and proud, which I love because this is where your spirit team's helping you to be, which is self-assured, proud of who you are. There's a part of you that doesn't feel safe in who you are. So we have to understand. I'm trying to figure out if that's mother wounds maybe coming through. There may have been somebody that was a bit demeaning, maybe in childhood. And if you guys want a private reading, you know, I do offer private readings. You can book at jojoempathic.com, Zoom, phone, WhatsApp. I don't need background information or pictures. And for the live readings, I don't go like that deep, but I do get the deepness, you know, of the message if it needs to come through for healing. Lori somewhere was in here. So it does feel like someone was just very demeaning, and I just like, whew, I just like don't believe in myself as much. Now I'm going over here to the left side of the solar plexus, like, and I feel like there's a cord here. So this is a past relationship that really put a dim on your sunshine. Your solar plexus is your sunshine, your vitality, your fulfillment, your happiness. And so I'm still kind of corded from my rib going out into the past to this person. So I'm curious to know if you have like maybe some pain on that side of the body or what's going on, how that resonates. Might be the grief that I was picking up. Lori. I'm going to draw just one or two cards here for you, Lori. Is love coming in this year for me? Definitely by the summer, something's going to be cooking for you. The one, I'm not sure. I'm not feeling that one. So we have the Six of Pentacles. Lori, I feel like you're always trying to give to others. And I almost need to kind of bring more of the balance of filling my own cup up. Take the next so we're in, what are we in? We're going into January, into August. Really take this time for self-development, spiritual development. Um, and it's like beauty and affection for me. You're so giving, you're so generous. But we need to do that for us. We need to love us. And I see that coming around like full circle for you by summertime. There's a power move for you with work that, interestingly enough, they're showing me like it's bridging from the past to the future. So I don't know if you're going to be orchestrating some sort of like, or going to some festival or some sort of event where it's like at the right moment you're going to hear, you're going to know the sign of like what to do, or that this is somebody that you're wanting to connect with. I see a handshake, it feels professional. But we need to get yourself out there. We need to get ourselves out there. So start planning for the summer, doing something pretty fun. Please let me know if that resonates, and come back to and comment on this. I will love to hear. And if you have a lot of love come August, I'm happy for everybody that aligns with love. Thank you, Lori. So Lori says, she says right lower backside. Now, when I do when there's a reverse like that, when I get on left and you're saying right, so there can be different reasons for that. I would be curious, and I'm not a doctor, I can't prescribe or diagnose, but sometimes like I will reverse for certain reasons. Like, I don't know if there's like either meds, or sometimes that will happen then. Or energy's kind of like, whew. You might want to book a Reiki session with me. It's a cord. So cord cutting will help you to, like, in the quantum universe, when you cut that cord, something else will rush in. It's like never really empty space. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay. So now I have MMBU7Y. Hi, what's coming in for me for love? If you don't mind, if you're still here, MMBU, please let me know your first name. And then I have Poem Towers. Hi. Can I ask one question? Yes, you can. I have Jess Kuka 46. Hello. So then we have Lori said thank you. Okay, so MMB is still here. I think that's where I was. So I have MMB. My name is Lily. Clairvoyant. What is coming in for me for love? Lily. Tenfold. Well, Lily, it does feel like I'm healing from what may be like I had to set better boundaries with like my past partner. It does feel like it was just kind of like this person crossed the line one too many times. And just gonna dive a little bit deeper. Lily. Now I'm connecting with your joy guide. I got the positive vibrations I pulled for you are grateful. You're thankful, appreciative, and blessed. You're respectful, courageous, admiring, and differential. what we have to work on is the panic, the anxiety, fight or flight, getting you out of survival. So that was kind of what I was picking up on the past, like somebody like crossed the line too much. So we have to get out of survival, out of fight or flight. And feeling unfulfilled is like feeling purposeless. So there's part of your passion and purpose that we want to be focused on more, that opens the door to love for you. Keep draw some tarot for you, Lily. What is coming in for love? Let's say over the next 3 years for you. I think there's going to be what I would say is a work partnership. Now, this is really good. This is rare for me to come across this. Very rare. I'll read people for like a year before I come across. I do feel you are actually coming into contact with the one over the next 3 years. So that should align with your life contract. That should align with your astrology. So the partners that we're, dating and we run into, I would say between now and maybe by the end of next year, going into the 3 years from now, this is when I'm really getting into where I would say there could be a good potential for two soulmates to come together in purpose, passion, growth, evolution, and marriage, if you're open to that. I'll say a 3-year prediction time. I'm going to just draw a card for you. But you have to first focus on the fulfillment. That's what will bring you where you want to go. So we have the Magician. Yeah, I got you immediately when you hopped on. Like, she's a clairvoyant. She's, she's intuitive. As above, so below. There's that wand. And then I got 33. So there's this card first, 3 of Swords, and then it's followed by the Empress, which is also a 3. There's my timer. I'm going to finish up. So whoever has a question in now, I'm going to get to everybody, and then it'll be back on Thursday. And feel free to drop a tip or donation for me, guys, if you are enjoying this. So heartbreak, through the trauma, you find your magic. But right now, it's still the 10 of Swords in reverse. We need to pull those swords out of the back. I'm a wounded healer right now. And the more we can, what is that? It's that this previous person, I feel like, brought you into a state of survival and fight or flight. That's what we need to heal within us. Then you'll be able to finally move forward. And I feel like you're going to feel so much better with work, and things will start to flow with your magic again. Things will start to flow with your spirituality and faith. And that's when you really get into your Empress. So we just have a little bit of like work to do in terms of like getting your spark back. And if anybody ever steals spark from us, like we can, whether we gave it away or we unconsciously gave it away, it's never anything done to us. Like people are like, is there witchcraft towards me? It's like, it should never work unless you allow it. So call back your power. Whether I gave it away consciously or unconsciously, I call it back to me. And then work from there. Thank you, Lily. So Lily says, yes, healing from a past relationship. I'll come back up here now. Thank you for sharing. So I think now we're on Poem Towers. Hi, can I ask one question? Hello. Poem Towers. Can I ask a question? Poem Towers. Poem Towers, if you're still here, I need first name and question. And then I have Jess QCA46. Hello. Hey. MMB says, thank you so much. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. And so I'm going to go back up. I don't see Poem Towers. Are you here? So we're going to skip poem towers. We're going to go down to Jess. I believe Jess. Jess QCA, I believe you're next. Okay, I see your question. Let's see here. So I have, my name is Yusra. Do you see new love for me in 2026? I think you can, I think you're going from like a period of like feeling singlehood, isolation. Over the next 3 months, I feel we can start to create a shift in a positive direction for you to match up with somebody. So it does feel like almost like it's a match, like dating apps, which is interesting. You're collaborating with another, I don't know if it's a speaker or someone, like someone that gives presentations. You're collaborating with this person. And I feel like there's like a spark with this person. But honestly, like 2027 seems better for like more stable love. I'm gonna draw some cards for you. Right now, it's like brakes are on, and I'm saying why. Well, there's some fears too, and you're like dissolving them from your mind. You're trying to really do some sort of like inner alchemy. I'm not sure if this is like, so I'm getting this like heat over on my temples. So I'm like, I feel like I'm trying to heal myself, like going through like mental shifts, like mental health shifts. And so sometimes our fears are what is like leading to self-imprisonment. It's like the doubt that we have from us is like really what's in the way. It's like I'm tripping over my own 2 feet from fear. Yes. Oh, cards just threw out. Let me just pick these for you. I have the Queen of Swords. You have a lot going on in the mind. That's what I was saying mentally. I'm feeling over on the left side of my, somebody let me know who has a cord right here, who has maybe pain on the left heart chakra. So Ursa says, right now I feel I still need healing. Mentally, yes. And you have a grandmother that's helping you with every matters of the mind. And maybe sister energy. Like, I think there's a younger soul that stepped forward for you, female. Feels like sister friend. So you have Queen of Swords. 6 of Wands, which I love this. So anytime we're on a horse, it's a power up symbol. But it's upside down. You have to, believe in yourself. There's something with like speakers. Like, are you a communicator? Are you like, do you do talks or something? And then we have Knight of Pentacles. So that would be a shift with whatever it is you're speaking about. You could be an author, or she's an educator. I love it. Through work. And it's like, I'm going to take a time out. And sometimes I go way too fast and I need to slow down. Once you hit the level, it's like once you learn the lesson, you graduate to the next level. So it's like once we do what we're called to do, things shift in the universe for us. Things just open up. So there's still a little bit more work for you to do. And that's going to really change your physical reality in terms of pay raise for you. I want to say almost like maybe even getting into some sort of TED Talk. And then we have the moon, your femininity, choices, power, the hidden, the subconscious. So if we're mentally doing some healing, write a list of all of your subconscious beliefs and fears that you feel are weighing you down. and tackle one after the next. You can do hypnosis, guided meditations, bring it to light. What is in the subconscious, because that does lead our physical reality. And then we have the King of Cups. So you have a lot of air. I feel this person that I'm thinking of has a lot of like the water energy. So the person that this was about love, am tapping into, there's a nice pair between air and water. I'd be interested to know your signs, but I mean, what happens when air hits water? It can be a hurricane. I think emotionally too. We're weighed down by a lot of the subconscious, but also emotional need to process. And you have to believe in yourself too. You really have to believe in yourself. And I picked up this anger electric. So processing anger, resentment, sometimes that can be a bond to us. So is love coming? It is. But first, love for you and processing of traumas, of pain, and you're going to be really successful. Congratulations with what you have coming in for you in 2026. I do feel like you really touch a lot of souls. So thank you for doing that. And so she says, right now, I feel like I still need healing mentally, yes, educator thought patterns. She goes, "Ooh, thank you so much. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much." We're wrapping it up. So Light in the World says, I want to do music. Is that the healing art you mean? Could be. I mean, sound is like super, super healing. Then we have Laura Edens. Hi, greetings and love to everyone. Hey, greetings and love. Then we have the energy healing coach. Hey, hello. Thanks for your videos, teaching, and prophecies. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to call it a show and see you on Thursday. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Thank you.